If you watch this, you have probably embraced the MGTOW philosophy and experienced many breakthroughs. Going your own way as a man feels a little weird at first because you go against social programming. While most men choose to put women on pedestals and adore them, as a man who goes his own way, you accept that they are just flawed people. Personally, I'm a bastard and an attractive woman is not one of my priorities. I'm tired of admiring women who don't add value to the table and play mind games. Most of them are very beautiful, but their souls are not beautiful. As soon as difficulties and shit hit fans, they start to have trauma and emotional baggage from previous relationships. I'm sure many of you have made the same attempt to save her, but will eventually regret the time and effort you put into it. Zero ROI. Do these experiences inspire you to walk your own path? I feel you. Let me say you made a good choice. Think of yourself as a warrior, so use loneliness to your advantage and take back your power. Other brainwashed women and men may want to drink alcohol, take drugs, or resort to rebound relationships. After this temporary relief, you will get worse and your life will only get better. If you're stuck or just want a brief reminder of why MGTOW is growing so strongly, listen because you'll get tremendous value from these insights. If you're an adult, you probably know that shortcuts often lead to pain and failure. If you cheat on your medical exam, you might pass it. But what if a sick person shows up and you can't find a cure for him? You are not a good doctor, you are a real liar. Like many NPCs spend their lives trying every get-rich-quick method because they can't put in the work. Many women marry men to use the justice system to blackmail their husbands. Let's face it, a lot of men accept women who aren't the right fit for them in order to get some intimacy. That's why I highly recommend MGTOW. In other words, thanks to this philosophy, you can reflect on your belief system, likes and dislikes, and clearly define your goals. When you combine this introspective process with sleep patterns, you are not only brainwashing yourself, you are brainwashing yourself. Now let's go back to the basic teachings of MGTOW and how you can benefit from it. MGTOW means the man goes his own way and simply thinks it's single or childless. Many people completely ignore the point of view of those who choose to follow MGTOW. This lifestyle has more to do with maintaining your physical and mental health than having people, yes, men and women, drag you down as a person. As a natural consequence, you don't invite toxic people into your life, or do you need to kick them out if they're already in your life? At this point, many people confuse it with something that isn't a hate group per se. Well, of course, some people live the wrong MGTOW lifestyle, which means they live in the past and only complain about how unfair life is and how stupid women are. But these men just misunderstand what MGTOW is. The media and women's groups will argue that men who go their own way are actually evil incarnate. We just don't want any drama or toxicity in our lives, and I'm pretty sure as MGTOW, you don't want to overcomplicate your life either and want everyone around you to capture your vibe. Why would anyone let bad people into their lives? Because they want the approval of others. Approval is the last thing the amygdala wants, because he's just focused on living his life without having to constantly explain himself. This in turn means that women become less important to these men. It also means that these men will and have withdrawn from social activities where they are forced to be with women for their own safety, especially in social situations. Yes, as you can imagine, the #MeToo movement is bad for men because they are afraid of false accusations. The downside of MGTOW is that a lot of its members are deeply hurt by women and don't want to go through it again, which is a good precaution to say the least and goes the safest route. This affects women, who demand that men who go their own way go back to the dating pool, so women can validate their bad attitudes and behaviors with men's attention. These women are usually the ones who hit the wall. Incidentally, when women make false claims about men's misconduct, it gets worse for everyone involved. This in itself is causing many men to leave women as a whole because they don't know if they'll be the next on the chopping block to be blamed. That being said, some bad guys actually do what they say they do. Of course they exist, and I tell you, I find them disgusting too. However, when women start acting as if all men commit this behavior as a natural reaction, men withdraw from the situation for safety reasons. If you're in doubt, just search YouTube for women who freak out men by saying hello. Now does that mean all women are these toxic women who just want to ruin men's lives so they can spend the rest of their lives on the street? No, of course not. But men can't say anything against women because they are publicly ostracized and crucified. Just imagine if a woman starts hitting a man, she won't be stopped and the man will frown. I also find it unbearable to imagine what would have happened if that person was beating. Meanwhile, women who don't do these things but witness them stay calm and don't stand up for men. Some women realize all this and are truly admirable for their honesty. I have a video about modern women's confessions. Check it out after this. Their opponents are modern women who have been brainwashed to destroy relationships between men and women through repressed ignorance, also known as propaganda. Unfortunately, as more women fight not only for men's rights, but for common sense, and to challenge this modern tyranny that encourages hatred of men, the fight may get better. Great for any woman trying to claim that she personally didn't do what I've claimed above. But do you, for some reason, put all of them in the same angle? If you do, you should be included in the women's category, as many women do to men. As women gain support from the legal system and elected officials, this will only get worse for a while unless there is a fundamental change in attitudes towards each other. Unfortunately for millions of men, it's too late because they've been victimized by women who only use men for their own benefit. These women are too short-sighted to realize that men are waging silent wars just by walking away. It doesn't change unless women notice cause and effect. Now it is your turn. What do you think? What made you choose MGTOW? Do you think these crazy narratives will change and be replaced by common sense in the future? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching. If you found this video useful, please click the like and subscribe buttons, comment, and share.